Today I'm going to show you guys how to change your transmission fluid on your 11th generation Corolla L with the 4-speed automatic. So this is going to be your driver's side. You're going to jack it up from the pinch weld right here because I'm a little bit lazy. I don't feel like jacking up from the front. You jack it up enough until you can slip your jack stand underneath. I'm gonna get it a little bit higher. Alright. Now you're gonna slowly lower the car. Now leave the jack sitting on the pinch weld for extra security. Up here in the engine bay, right by the intake hose, you're gonna locate your dipstick. You're gonna pull it out so the transmission fluid can vent and pour out without having a vacuum effect. Then you're going to get a 10mm Allen bit to go in your socket wrench. You can use the Allen key. And you're going to go underneath. This is your transmission pan right here. Over here is your oil. That one's going to be a 14 or 17 mil. You can't really mistake it. The reason why it looks wet is I already did 2 draining fills. This is my 3rd one to get most of the fluid out. It's obviously going to be a little bit difficult doing one-handed, but you kind of just want to get that Allen bit in. Let's see, where is it? Yep. Now you break it a little bit, like that. Since it is hot, I'm just going to slightly loosen it and let it slowly drain out just like that over the course of like 40 minutes, because this is hot. I'm not touching that shit. Once your fluid stops dripping out, you can reuse this crush washer if it's not too marred up. Technically it's supposed to replace it, but honestly it's not really a crush washer per se, it's like an actual washer. So just hand tighten it. Torque specs about 8 pound-feet of torque, so that's like hand tight. I'm gonna leave some little spill pads under here in case I spill some while topping it off. But now I'm gonna lower the car back down. I measured out how much fluid came out, roughly about 2.5 quarts. So I'm gonna dump in 2.5 quarts. I'm gonna start up the car, shift through from park, reverse, neutral, drive, 3rd gear, 2nd gear, 1st gear, rinse and repeat for a couple minutes until that transmission fluid warms up, so I can get the accurate hot reading, because on the dipstick there's a cold reading, then there's a hot reading. Alright, so now you're gonna pour in about 2.5 quarts to start off with. It will probably take 3 when everything's warmed up. Just put the funnel where I told you to remove that transmission dipstick. I'm going to slowly pour in 2.5 quarts. I'm using Idemitsu ATF as shown here. Type TLS LV. According to the back right here, it's world standard compatible. And honestly, Toyota does not manufacture fluids to begin with. It's all going to be contracted out to Idemitsu, because let's be real, Toyota makes cars, not fluids. I use this on Lexus ISs and GSs and GXs. Perfectly fine. No transmission slip, no problem. It meets OEM spec. And it's not a multi-compatible fluid like Valvoline Max Life, so there should be no issues. And as you pour in, just check your level on the side. So far, I put in about 1.5 quarts. Once I reach the 3, that's 2 quarts. So I kind of want to be about right here. I need to pour in about 1 more quart. And you want to do this on a level surface when you measure everything. So I'm missing about another 1/4 quart. This rough paper napkin math, not super scientific. This is a 5-quart jug, so you're going to use roughly about half of it when you initially fill it. Then right here on the dipstick, you can see how there's a focus. You see right here, it says cool, and over here it says hot. So once you get your transmission up to temperature, you want it to be on this final tooth right here. Ideally at the very top right here, where my fingernail is on my thumb. At the bare minimum, you want it to cover about this much up. Just roughly, vaguely showing the hot. But now we're going to turn on the car and shift through all the gears. Get the transmission up to temperature. We're going to insert the dipstick back in for now. Back to where it came in. Then you want to shift through each gear, stay through each one for roughly about 3 to 5 seconds. That's drive, third, second, low. I'm going a little bit faster just for demonstration purposes, so you get a rough idea what to do. Go back up to second, third, drive, neutral, reverse, park. I mean, you kind of rinse and repeat this a few times until the transmission is kind of roughly up to temperature, and also to get the fluid cycling throughout the torque converter. Alright, so topping it off with 2.5 quarts is a little bit too low. You're roughly going to need about 3 to 3.25 based on how much I've drained out. As you can see, it's full. It reaches the hot right here at the very top with that T. In person, it's easier to see. It's full. Then on the other side, when you flip it, you can kind of see it too. Then after that top tooth, you can kind of see, where is it? That little gap spacing right there, that's just residual transmission fluid that's going to be inside the dipstick tube when you kind of rub the dipstick in and out. But overall, it's going to be full. It's going to take roughly about 3 to 3.5 quarts of transmission fluid with a very simple drain and fill. Dropping the transmission might take more, but when it's a drain and fill, about 3 to 3.5 is kind of what you need. So buying a 5-quart bottle of the Idemitsu fluid that's a world standard compatible will do the trick on this and save you a lot of money compared to buying OEM, because the OEM, I believe a 4-quart bottle off Amazon is going to run you about $60. This Idemitsu was a lot cheaper for 5 quarts. I don't know the exact price, but it was way cheaper than buying 4 quarts. I'll tell you that. It was roughly about $40 to $50 compared to the 60 to 70, then almost 100 of the 6-quart pack off Amazon. So Idemitsu makes the fluid. Just buy it from them. No need to buy from Toyota or Lexus. You're kind of wasting your money. It's just a Toyota.